What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, readoptionagency.com. 22 years selling full-time on eBay. And it is Tuesday morning. Got Posh, I got Big Store, I got New Store. So, let's go. Let me get these Posh out of the way real quick first before we get into anything. I got this Nike sweatshirt, whatever you want to call it. I put both in the title normally. That sold for $10 on Posh. So, I noticed there's been a lot of bugs and issues on eBay, but one thing I noticed yesterday is I sold something about 6 days ago. I believe they sent an offer. I accepted. The item didn't end, so it's their new way of doing things where once they pay, it's supposed to end. Well, they paid, and it never ended because I got a question on it yesterday. I'm like, why is this still listed? I just sold this, didn't I? Went back and checked. Yes, I sold it, so I had to end it. So apparently there's a bug in their new system when you take an offer on something. And it's not like this across the whole site yet, because there's some things I'll take an offer on and it will end. But the new way, if you don't know, they're working on, supposedly, you take an offer, and it doesn't end the item until they pay. Well, it's not ending the items when they pay. So there could be a good chance you're going to double sell stuff. So I'm going to check a few more things today, and then I'm going to call it in to make sure it's a thing, so that if we have to start canceling sales, we're not getting docked for it. I got this 4XL Carhartt t-shirt. That sold for 8 or 10. This sold for 8 or 10, vice versa, one or the other. I think that was 10, this was 8. So be careful on that. But yeah, the last few days have been full of bugs. And it's so tiring, so tiring. That's why yesterday I didn't even make a video. I'm like, there's been too much buggy stuff going on this past weekend that I just didn't want to even think about it. But we're just going to get into what is happening for the positive. Take that. So, let me go open another window. All right, so yesterday, I like doing the other way now because it sounds better with all my international items on there, because I've been getting some decent international sales lately. So let's do it like that. So yesterday's sales on the old store was $791, up 14.1%. Yesterday on the new store, we did $74. So, not bad. $850-ish yesterday. Not counting what sold on Poshmark yesterday. And then today already on the new store, I'm already at $76 on the new store. And on the big store, I am already at $237 on the new store. I mean the big store. So a lot of that's one sale, $160 in cassettes. So we'll get into that. So it'd only be about $80 on the new store without that order. We're at 10 a.m. $52 items sold yesterday, 27 organic, 25 promoted. So I've been hanging right around 50 items, 50 to 54 items the last 4 or 5 days. So let's come down a little, but haven't been on here in a while. I could watch that all day, the video I did yesterday. You might get more of those kind of videos, at least secondaries, just for the fun of it. Because I did enjoy it. I didn't have to talk. Like right now, like I don't really feel like I got anything to talk about. I'm just in that driven mode just to get 1,000 drafts done by Friday, completed. So I can list 1,000 items every week, just on the big store. The new store, I've got about 60 drafts completed so far. So I'm just in that driven mode, not trying to let the bugs and stuff bring me down, because the sales are still all right for me. So, yeah. So I watched a few more videos yesterday, I think, than I normally do. Just watching other people that I never really watched before. And I watched that, what's her name? She does clothes. Kaylee, I think that's her name. For the first time. So the video I watched there, so she looked like she really, I don't know if she does. One thing I'm always skeptical about is the cost of things, right? Are the numbers they've given you including the cost? That's why I kind of show you my cost of goods, and I tell you what Jan picked up recently at the bins, or if it's other than that, it's stuff from storage. So but because it's very, very easy to buy something for $5 and sell it for $6. You're not making any money, but if you do that over a big haul, it's going to look like you're making a lot of money, when in reality it's a lot more work than money, and it's just something you got to be aware of before you try duplicating something. So that's my thing is, before you try duplicating what someone's doing on YouTube, always get the full, try to get the full information, or at least for yourself. Like, okay, if you found those items, what are they going to cost? And if the person's not telling you what their cost of goods are, then you need to insert that into your math before you jump into something. You don't want to get into something that's just going to lead you into a dead end road and wasted time doing it. So, but I haven't watched enough of her videos to know enough about her, but she seems like she shows you everything. So far so good from what I saw. So, but other than that, there's a lot of I watched a lot of decent people yesterday, but there are some snake oil salesmen out there. Just watch out for people who don't give you, who are trying to teach you something, but they're not giving you. They do a lot of this and not a lot of showing the facts on stuff. So, because it's very easy to make yourself look more glamorous than it actually is. So, because one thing that very few people talk about is the work that you have to put into this stuff. So, those are the ones that I like the most, the ones that you can see the hard work that's being put in. So, Let's do new store first. Whoops. All right, got 4 items on the new store to ship out. First up, we've got Mizzou Homecoming 100 years sweatshirt, sold for $12, headed to Columbia, Missouri. That's where Mizzou is located. I didn't get to do any yard sales Saturday because it was raining when I got up. So I just went back to bed. 1-3. Matthew. Get you out of the way, big boy. Did I pull any hats? I didn't pull no hats. Wow. Just noticed that. Next up, we've got this vintage, the Total Show by Freeman Decorating Company. Vintage sweatshirt. This sold for $17.50, headed to Iowa. Goes to show you don't just have to get name brand stuff. That's the part I like showing. Alright, next up we've got this pink Victoria's Secret sweatshirt. Sold for $11. Headed to Georgia. Yeah, I've just been in my quiet time lately. And quiet time doesn't make good for good video. Doesn't make for good video. We got Bud's Automotive t-shirt. Sold for $9.50. Headed to Pennsylvania. Like my quiet time, it's almost like I don't know, just a mental rest, maybe. Not thinking about anything, not trying to care about too much stuff. That's why I didn't make the video yesterday, because I felt like it was going to drag me into the negative realm, and I definitely wanted to stay out of there. Because the weekend numbers weren't as good as even yesterday's numbers, so. All can share those with you too if you like. Yeah, just kind of vegging while trying to get his skin problem solved. We've got all kinds of stuff. Even had a viewer send me some itch sticks. I've used them, but it don't seem like anything. It's almost like a deodorant thing, but it doesn't seem like anything comes off of it. I've used it so many times, but it still looks brand new, minus the hairs. So I'm not sure if anything's even coming off of it. But I've been using everything and trying to figure out what's going on with. I think the pills are actually working though, because he's a lot less itchy the last couple of days. So that's at least a positive. Now I got to get her back under control. I probably should just give her the Apoquel. Okay, I'll grab another tape. Okay, print scan form. And still doing the planking thing. It's just been hanging out at like 1 minute 30. I haven't pushed it over that, and I do it about 10 times a day or whatever, so. Just enjoying, relaxing, mentally relaxing, while I stay focused on drafting. So yeah, the weekend, Friday was 5:35, Saturday was 6:45, Sunday was 5:81. So a very blah weekend, and a lot of problems, a lot of issues with the site. So that's why I didn't want to go there yesterday. But better sales yesterday, so. Okay, that's not pulled yet. That's not pulled yet. I think I have everything else. So we got 12 here to do real quick. And no international overnight, and no hats, which is odd. First up, we got this Nike USA shirt. Just took an offer for $5 on it. That was yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like I just had to take all the offers. So I was like, take, because it's such a crappy weekend. George. Next up, we've got, are you ready for a big dollar lot? Yeah. Some cassettes I pulled from storage. All these together sold for $166. So we got Medusa, No More Chains, some independent metal. Got Spiders and Snakes, another hard rock thing from Hollywood, I believe. They have Lizzie Gray. I think he was in like Western Civilization Part 2 movie, Spiders and Snakes. Then we've got this Translutra, which I am taking as a metal band. I did not listen to it from 1995 from Pasadena, California. And then Visitor. Recorded live in Honolulu, Hawaii, 1986. So, love independent stuff. Love finding all independent items. So, $166 right here. Bubble. Give me a bubble. Go ahead and send those first class or ground. Jonathan. Next up, we got, if you saw the video of what Jan picked up that one day, I sold 4 of the pieces of vinyl, Star Trek, Black Hole, and a couple of others sold yesterday. Those sold for about $45 for all of them. Transformers here sold for $25. Headed to Maryland. So $70 on that video already, just on the stuff that I remember. So she's doing good. Doing good. Okay. 14. John. I like it when the people say, that stuff won't sell. Kind of like when in the one video I talked about how K-Tel Records stuff, people collect them, and I was getting attacked for it. People don't collect K-Tel. Watch my videos. Yes, they do. And then yesterday or the day before, I stumbled across a K-Tel Facebook page where people are showing their K-Tel collections. Like, these people need to learn more instead of trying to knock. That's one thing. Never try to. I made a post the other day, and there's 2 types of people in the world. When they hear something that they is out of their range of thought process, there's 2 people. There's ones that go, and I used emojis, ones that go, and ones that laugh. The ones that laugh are the ones who are never going to learn anything. They think what they know is correct and that it's the gospel. And the ones who go, let me look into this. Let me check that out. Blah, blah, blah. They're the ones who learn more and expand their horizons. So always be the person when you see something that you're not sure about because it doesn't register correctly in your head for whatever reasons. You don't know, blah, 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 whatever. Hadn't had experience with, etc. Do work. Look into it. And because you never know what little hook somebody's going to give you that's going to catch you a big fish, right? So never just laugh things off when you see people talk about things in videos. Question it in your mind and do research to find out more about it, basically. Winter Wonderland cassette sold for $10, headed to Pennsylvania. That's how you not just grow as a person, but as a business person also. Like that person thought they knew everything and wouldn't pick up K-Tel stuff. Well, you know that if you pick it up, there's a good chance it's going to sell. Baby girl. Next up, we've got Spider-Man. We got this plush ball. It does have a little rip in it, which I put in the title. Right there, between his feet. But it sold for $17.50, headed to Alabama. Scratchy, scratchy. Been putting all kinds of stuff on her also. She's got like 2 spots that she keeps scratching at. Out you girl. I'm gonna go in here. And put it in there so when they open it, it pops up at them. That'd be fun. Some extra tape. Make sure it don't pop out. 10 by 10 by 10. Whoops. Why are you coming up priority? They did not pay priority. Priority is only 50 cents higher, but you paid for ground, you get ground. Unless you're expensive. Gavin. Next up, Paint Your Wagon, vinyl record. Sold for $7. Headed to Texas, Texas, Texas. Zach. Passion Pit CD sold for $7. Headed to Milwaukee. Milwaukee. Found out somebody I knew passed away yesterday who grew up, lived on the street I grew up on. Across the street, the friend that I've known since before kindergarten, Daiquiri, his whole family lived in like these 4 houses, and they all named their kids with a D. There was Daiquiri, the whole family, like cousins and everything, like Daryl, Daiquiri, Dee Dee, Doris, Darlene, and the mother of Darlene, Dee Dee, and Doris, Diane, she passed away, found out yesterday. Darlene's still alive, but Doris passed during COVID. Doris and Dee Dee were like my age. I think Darlene's a little bit older, a few years older. But during COVID, Doris passed away, and Dee Dee was devastated, and from what I understand, she just basically gave up on life. And I don't know how, but she died not too soon after Doris did. And then a couple of years ago, my friend Daiquiri, his brother Daryl passed away. And so Darlene's The only one, Darlene and Daiquiri is the only ones that's left that I know of over there that I grew up across the street from. So it's weird. Getting old. Older. Wisconsin. And I'd wonder what happened to Dee Dee because I was always seeing her post on Facebook. And then it just stopped one day and I didn't see anything. And nobody even posted like on the page, you know, about it. So I'm like, thought it was kind of weird. But she had more than one page, so I don't know which one she was active on the most. Okay, 4. Kansas 45 record. Point of no return, sold for $7. Headed to Wisconsin. 2 Wisconsins in a row. Tracy. American Music Club, United Kingdom CD. Sold for $20. Headed to Georgia. This one was from Storage also. So much good stuff in Storage. So happy to see that. Michael. We got Rush, Hold Your Fire cassette. Sold for $7, headed to Houston. Texas. Yeah, I love the state I'm in right now. So I'm just, I apologize. I don't, it doesn't work well on camera. I'm just so relaxed. Like nothing matters right now. Just floating, just whatever it is. Just enjoying my time here while I'm here. We got this black leather belt. Sold for $10.50, headed to Los Angeles. Maybe I'll be able to, so if I do a video later today, maybe it'll be something more creative minded also, since I don't really have nothing much to talk about. I did, let's see, I did get the first of the reseller series cards in my card that I made, because I'm a narcissist like that. And so I think I'll put those up this weekend maybe. And then I got to start working on the second one and the next month's card. They're going to revolve around one reseller. And then I reached out to who I want for the next card and series inspiration. So haven't heard back from them yet. Royal Tenenbaum DVD sold for $7, headed to Washington, Seattle. And then I thought of a cool idea to make a limited edition card, and there's only one way to get it. type of thing. So I'm working on that. I'm thinking it through before I react. Something that I've been doing that's different than I normally do. Actually thinking about the things before I do them. Because normally I'm a think-do type of person. I don't put much thought into it. So this whole series, I've been putting thoughts into it. So. Alrighty. Another thing I was doing, like everything I was looking at this past weekend was kind of making me see more and more and more about how the economy is on the downturn. Like the deeper you go at the street level, if you will, the more you see how the economy is affecting people. Street level. You know, that place where a lot of those uppity up people never ventured to. If their rich friends are doing good, they think everything is good type of people. Print scan form. See if there's any international in the last 24 hours. There should be. 3. That's when I went. Okay. All right. We're at 10:45. I was at 277. I'm at 285 right now. So, well, that's the U.S. anyway. 285 with international. 285. So no international today. That's right. 285 plus. Plus 76. So cool. Cool beans, bro. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. And I will see you all in the next video.